For our honeymoon trip to France, we wanted the quintessential French experience. For most people, this probably means Paris. Romantically rainy days along the poo-filled Seine, sipping café au lait served by disgruntled waiters at crowded cafes, packing the itinerary chock full of sights and museums and attractions only to know that you're not even scratching the surface of what is one of the greatest and busiest cities the world has to offer. But my wife and I are lucky enough to have already been, and while Paris is certainly wonderful, when it comes to the best place in France, this is the side of France we love the most. If you want to cut through the French stereotypes and have both a relaxing and enjoyable experience in France as a tourist, you've got to go here. From our first honeymoon stop, Spain, we hopped on a train and began what would be an 8-hour, multiple-stop odyssey. It was a warm day filled with some beautiful coastline scenery, and that evening we arrived at our destination of sunny Cannes, the crown jewel of southern France's Côte D'Azur region. After arriving at our stunning Airbnb, all we had the energy for was an evening dip to cool off from those sweltering trains. The next day, we left the house searching for food. While France is famous for incredible restaurants, the food shopping is comparatively much cheaper than the US and just as high quality as the French restaurants, whether shopping at large grocery chains or at quintessential French produce markets. If you like to cook at all and are staying at an Airbnb, I highly recommend the experience of cooking for yourself with some of Europe's best produce. You're also merely kilometers away from some of the best olive oil in the world. And when I needed help choosing some, contrary to the resilient French stereotype, the woman working there stumbled through my very rusty French with me with nothing but a smile. And of course we stopped at the boulangerie, or the French bakery, because no French food shopping is complete without the bread. While France has a plethora of cultural sites, collections, and activities, around these parts, it's essential to take the time to soak up the sun. And those delicious groceries we just bought. There are several reasons why Cannes is my favorite city in France. Yes, it has the beachy Mediterranean vibe that Paris lacks, but it also shares a healthy slice of big city panache. It also certainly competes in the category of local markets, with Marché Fourville being its centerpiece. The high quality of the food is matched by its diversity. Along with traditional French, we found excellent Syrian and Vietnamese food.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Our bag loaded up, we headed for the main event, the beach. Having our own food, we opted this time for the public beach, which is much cheaper but just as clean as the private beach clubs. They even give you towels and a chair. You certainly can't do this in Paris. More food and more wine by the pool as the sun set ended a perfect day for us. I know I said this part of France is for soaking up sun and crisp, salty Mediterranean sea, but we found there's still plenty of culture to fill your days with here too.
Bonjour.
More kind and helpful locals took time out of their busy French day to help us get to the town of Mougins' Vieux Village, the centuries-old neighborhood that has been a hub for artists for centuries. And while we didn't have to walk, we were happy to embrace European tradition and hoof it, maybe only because we had snacks. It might not have been the big-name national museums, but the countless galleries run by local artists provided us an opportunity not only to see beautiful works up close, but also to take one home with us.
Thumbnail.
C'est la première fois que vous venez à Mougins?
Non, quand j'étais jeune, ma famille et moi, nous avons visité Mougins 2 ou 3 fois. Mais ça, c'est il y a longtemps. Depuis 20 ans.
Waouh,
Ouais.
d'accord.
We bought our first piece of art.
We did. I feel.
I'm still so proud. And a little more broke than we were before.
We had a blast cooking and enjoying the pool at our Airbnb. But we also wanted a little bit more of the pampered experience on this trip as well. After all, it was our honeymoon. So we took a 45-minute Uber to Nice, the other beachy capital of the south of France, where we found excellent hotel service and delicious French classics cooked by someone other than me. With so many palm trees, it felt like we were in Miami Beach. This time, when we went to the beach for the day, we opted for the private beach club. It's just like a Parisian cafe, but right on the beach. The menu is comprehensive, and pretty much whatever you get is tasty. This part of France gave us everything we were hoping for in a French vacation, and even some things we weren't expecting, like this Indian feast, adding another country to the growing list of those where we've enjoyed one of our favorite world cuisines. All jokes aside, there's nothing quite like Paris for the ultimate French experience. But if you, like us, are more tropical beachy vibe people who want to see a part of a country that, while still celebrated, is still, in my opinion, undersung, you've got to check this place out. There's truly something for everyone, and you will leave with an appreciation not only for French culture, but for the French people you never quite thought you could have.